He's back! Say hi, leader and the finance man.
Hi, leader and the finance man.
No, I mean tell them hi.
Oh, hi them. Hi them. Yeah, we had a little hiccup on the YouTube going live, but we're hiccup free now. That's one of those things where I just judged it, changed it midstream.
All right, directly to the Epstein list.
Epstein. Okay, tell me about the Epstein list.
What is going on with this thing, man?
Dude, I don't know.
Is it even real?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. There's a very convenient school shooting this morning, and I hate to say it that way because it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible, but it's also predictable.
Is this the David Copperfield they're pulling on us again?
I don't know. Well, yeah.
It is the David Copperfield. So for you guys that don't know, David Copperfield is a very famous, successful magician. Don't look over here while I'm doing this.
Don't look over here while I'm doing this.
That's
doing
the
what? Doing what?
That's the question.
DJ Lucky joined. What's up, DJ
What's up,
Lucky
DJ?
in the house?
That's the question.
Who's
man.
in the house?
What are
DJ
they
Lucky.
doing?
What are they doing? So the list came out, and then all of a sudden, hey, look over here! Look over here! Look over here! There's a shooting this morning. I hope it's. I really hope these aren't connected, but it's really hard to say that none of it's connected. Really hard because there's too much stuff that is linked up and lined up. Hey, I was driving in today and I pulled up the TikTok and I was looking through it and there was some more loan officers going live.
Did you see me?
And they were like, hey, and something talked to 10 minutes ago, Aaron. Talked to you 10 minutes ago. Did we talk to me?
DJ Lucky's Aaron?
Dude,
so Aaron?
what? You talked to
How you
Aaron?
doing, bud?
You talked to
Yeah.
Aaron? I talked to a different guy. I talked to Ernie. I was like,
Ernie, are you out there?
Ernie, are you out there? You watching
Annie,
us?
are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you
Annie, are you okay?
Annie?
That's Michael Jackson. You don't know anything.
That's not Michael. This is Michael Jackson.
That's Pulp Fiction.
That's Michael Jackson.
That's Pulp Fiction. You don't know anything.
That's
Apple user 76795.
Pulp
What's
Fiction.
up? Good to see you.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is all right. You know your stuff.
Get it right, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Get it right. All right, rates, Lee. What are rates? Everybody wants to know. There's billions of people watching us right now.
Well, I saw. Like I said, I was watching some loan officers because my feed is a lot of loan officers, a lot of realtors, and the loan officers are going, "Hey, listen, I could probably give you a 6.5, maybe a 6.75 rate," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if that's so smart because I'm not telling you the rate I'm giving you, but I am telling you the rate that New American Funding is putting out there." And New American Funding is putting out a rate that's kind of mind-blowing. I mean,
super competitive.
Kind of mind-blowing. And if it wasn't on the website, public, I would be terrified to say this rate because they kind of really hold us to accord when it comes to our rates. So what I tell everybody is, hey, you can see our rates. They're out there. And they're pretty darn good. If you go up to our profile at the top, there's a link that says cool stuff. Click cool stuff, you'll see today's rates, but I'll tell you what they are. Right now I'm looking at a VA 30-year fixed 5.375. This is not my quote to you. This is what New American Funding is putting out to the world. Yeah, you can see it on today's website. 5.375. It's not your quote.
So if you're in Mongolia and you go to newamericanfunding.com, those are our rates. You can't get our loan, but those are rates.
We don't do business in Mongolia?
I don't. I'm not licensed there yet.
Yeah, I'm not licensed there yet either. Maybe one of us should go through the test and see if we can get licensed in Mongolia.
Hey, Aaron, quick question. Aaron, you're a DJ? How come you didn't tell me you were a DJ?
What's up, DJ?
Is that your side hustle? Do you make money doing this? DJ Lucky A?
But that's a perfect 800 credit score. You're correct, B. Dean. You are correct. And they put out the best, which obviously they're competing. They're always competing. And New American Funding is competing against Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Loan Depot, name a couple of others, Guaranteed Rate, whole bunch of other stuff.
Competitors.
Yeah, all of our competitors. So they put out the best, and they vet it through their lawyers and everything. And there's a little asterisk that says, hey, you have to have an 800 credit score. And you have to do, I think, 40% down in this scenario, 40% down. And you have to have a 24 DTI, which very few people have. Very few. But if they do, you get that rate because that's legal. That's banker stuff. They have to give it to you. Now bear in mind, this is not your quote. Your quote comes about when I pull your credit, calculate your income, check your assets, and I build your file, and then I give you your quote. That's how it works that way.
Well,
However,
we all do it the same. Yes, DJ on the side. Dude, side hustle, DJ. You didn't tell me, DJ Lucky, we could use that for your house.
Dude, yes.
Anyway,
What?
We'll get back to that in a second, Aaron.
Okay.
So when it comes, what were you talking about?
I don't remember, dude. It's like 30 seconds ago.
Back to Epstein.
Okay, back to Epstein. Yeah, we're talking about Epstein.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a second. But you're talking about rates.
Okay, tell me rates.
Every bank and loan officer and mortgage company that you call to, we do the same thing. We all do the same thing. If a realtor calls me, one of my many realtors that I work with calls me and said, "Hey, Chris, what's today's rate?" I'm giving them these same numbers. And guess what he's doing? He's giving the clients those same numbers because they're real. Does that mean they'll get that?
Yeah.
Well, if they have the good credit and the good down payment and all the other stuff that comes with it, yeah, they'll get it. Will they likely get it? Probably not.
So let me tell you something cool that I've realized about the internet. Here's something really cool that I've realized.
Sorry,
yeah, full force. So if you try and whitewash stuff, you're going to get caught. So I saw another loan officer. I won't call out names, but I saw another loan officer, and he said, "Hey, listen, some banks require 640 for a VA loan." Mm-hmm. Is that entirely a lie? Not really. That's not entirely a lie. If you're a brand new broker and you haven't done a lot of loans and they don't trust your bank, you could have an overlay that's 640. But that's not the VA guideline. The VA guideline, if you actually understand it, there is no FICO requirement. So the loan officer said, "Hey, listen, we will do them all the way down to a 580. And I was like, that's not even a hack. That's like the VA guideline is no, we don't require FICO. It's a residual driven loan. And this is why I say if you're picking a loan officer, pick somebody who's not afraid to put it out there. Occasionally I'll get caught on something, rarely. But occasionally I'll get caught on a guideline, occasionally. But these guys, the brand new guys, you should really check your stuff before you put it out there because you might be true. I mean, if you've only gone to this one broker and the broker has an overlay of 640, you should really understand that the guideline is there is no VA, there is no FICO on a VA loan. Like none, zero. Doesn't care about FICO. They care about residual. I've done, and the residual is a very unique piece to the VA loan. So if you're picking a lender, pick somebody who's not afraid to put it out there and then occasionally admit when they're wrong. I'm occasionally wrong. I've been wrong on probably one thing that I can remember.
Today.
One today. No.
In the last hour.
No. Nothing like that. What's next? Keep going.
I want to go a little deeper on overlays.
Okay.
I like this. So
All right.
What is an overlay exactly?
Okay. So if you're doing loans, you're trusted if you've done a lot of them. Mm-hmm. If you've done a lot of loans. Mm-hmm. But if you're a brand new bank, you're like, hey, I'm a big loan officer. I'm starting to do a lot of loans. I'm going to become my own bank. And then you say, hey, listen, how do I become my own bank? I don't have a lot of money. Well, you get a trade line. So you go to Wells Fargo and you say, hey, Wells Fargo, I'd like a trade line. And they say, okay, show us your production. And then, okay, here's the production. Okay, cool. They say, all right, you're new at this. So we're going to put guardrails on you, which means you don't get the free latitude that big banks have. You have guardrails. So it's like the bumpers that come up in the bowling alley when your kid's bowling. You can't really mess up because you're going to hit a guardrail and come back in. Well, the guardrails are called overlays. So they say a normal VA loan doesn't have a FICO requirement. But you're brand new, so your FICO requirement is going to be 640. You have guardrails. So you're a brand new bank. We don't trust you. As you get bigger, we drop your overlay to 620. All right, 600. All right, 580. No overlay. Then you go to a bigger level, which is VA Direct. Okay, you're big enough where we're going to get an underwriter to get licensed through VA, and they're going to literally underwrite as if they're the VA. That's called VA Direct. And now you are VA Direct. With a big bank like New American Funding or Wells Fargo or Bank of America or what are these other ones are, they're all direct. You get big enough, you're direct.
Playing with your own money.
But if you're not big enough, you have overlays. And if you're a brand new loan officer who doesn't know this, and you start telling people, whoa, other banks have, no, not other banks, your bank. But you should know that.
So we get asked the questions often of how do I choose a good loan officer? I'm going to add that.
Okay.
Ask them if they have overlays. If they have overlays, they're probably new. Or their bank is new. Something's new that could hurt you. If they don't have overlays, they're seasoned pros.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So let me ask you this. Are you VA Direct?
Yes.
That means no overlays. Are you Fannie Direct?
Yes.
Freddie Direct?
Yes.
FHA Direct?
Yes.
USA Direct? USDA Direct?
Yes.
So that means you're dealing with seasoned pros. Ask your loan officer that.
Now, USDA is a little different because we use a different underwriting system called GUS, government underwriting system. Everything else is AUS, automated underwriting system. AUS plugs into FHA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac. It's a little complicated, but you need to know that when you're choosing your loan officer, don't just go for the guy who looks good and talks smooth.
Yeah, don't just go for me for those reasons, guys.
Yeah, don't go for him for those reasons. Yeah. Think Dak Prescott.
I got a brain, guys.
But then
I got a brain.
aim a little lower. Yeah.
I'm taller than Dak Prescott.
I don't know if you're taller.
I'm taller.
I'm taller, damn it. So,
what's up, Dusty?
Go back to we want to answer these questions, man. There's some people out there. They got somebody on the FB. We got somebody, Navy Mom Donna's out there. What's up, Navy Mom Donna?
So what is really going on with the Epstein list?
Well, that's crazy. It's so crazy. And then you know what's even crazier? That just blows me away. This one blows me away. School shooting this morning as if it's by script. And I sit there going, oh my God, I hope somebody's not pulling the strings and using this to go, hey, forget about the Epstein list. Look over here. I hope, because I tell you what, that's how they kill a news cycle. They kill a news cycle by making something more horrible happen. And in this case, it's going towards kids. It's crazy.
Okay,
Go ahead, Nick.
Alberto Silva.
Go ahead.
Can I use my checking account regularly before buying a house? Yes, you can. But let us be the judge of that, because if funds are tight, then we need to manage this. If they're wide open and they're not so tight, then you can use it like you always do. And that's the way you want to approach things. You don't want to approach it with having to live a life that you don't normally live. You want to live the life you live and still be able to get a house. So let us pre-qualify you. Let us be the judge of that. But likely, yeah, you can use it the same.
And if you're new here, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, and we're on YouTube. We appreciate all of you guys. We're trying to get you a house in 2024.
DJ Lucky A, if I make $75,000, how much house do you think I can afford? What about your DJ money, man? That's another $400,000 you made last month.
A year.
Last month.
A year. Okay. So you're probably in the $400,000 range, maybe call it 385 to 460. Not a thing. That's
Dude,
a lot of
it's
wide.
almost like you knew what he was thinking.
What?
It's almost like you knew what he was
Dude,
thinking.
I'm psycho.
He's
I mean
psycho.
Psychic.
And psycho.
Psycho and psycho. Well, whatever. Okay, what else we got? Somebody on the side hustle.
Oh.
Yeah, talk about side hustle.
So what do you guys do for a side hustle? What do you do for side hustle?
Okay, so we do digital marketing. The reason we do digital marketing, because it doesn't take a lot of our time. Nothing's free. Nothing's easy. There is no easy. If it's easy, the void is going to be filled real fast.
Garbage.
It's garbage. This is not easy, but it's doable. So we do digital marketing. We actually sell a bunch of products. The biggest one we sell is called Roadmap to Riches, and it's an education course that will teach you exactly how to do digital marketing. It's 88 hours of study. It's not, and I tell everybody, hey, listen, 90 days, 1 hour a day. Just, you have to do it. If you're not the type who won't put that 1 hour a day in, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're going to be mad. But if you are the type to put in 1 hour a day and execute what they tell you to do in that 1 hour, you can make a lot of money. There's some people that are professing to make, how much does Meg make? 80,000 a month?
Dude, she hit 700 grand from March.
700 grand for a year. 700 grand.
No, for 9 months.
For 9 months. 700 grand for 9 months. All she does is that.
I'm not making that.
700 grand for 9 months selling this exact same course, and it's a good course. You have to go through it. You have to believe in it, but you can make a lot of money. Cool. What do we got here?
All right, King David sold my sold my house 2 years ago. Do I qualify for FHA?
DJ Lucky sent us a rose, I think.
Well,
thank you,
for the
DJ
rose,
Lucky.
DJ.
DJ Lucky.
So you're a king and you want to know if you can get an FHA loan? Just take it, man.
Don't forget about Maggie.
take it.
Don't forget about Maggie, man.
Maggie.
Maggie's there.
Hold on, let me answer
Dude,
David's
don't ignore
question.
Maggie. Don't ignore Maggie. All right.
Okay,
What's
so
up, Maggie?
FHA is commonly used for first-time home buyers because it's more lenient on ratios, it's more lenient on credit, and other things. So it's probably the most popular one across the nation. It is the most popular one I do.
What's the downside?
So the answer is yes, you can use it again, over and over and over, no time limit, as long as it's your primary residence.
And you don't have another FHA with some exclusions.
There you go.
Yeah.
And first-time homebuyer program, yes, we have them. And yes, you can get a first-time homebuyer program as long as you haven't owned a home in 3 years. So your scenario, there's 2 programs you wouldn't be able to do, top of my head right now, but FHA you absolutely can.
And by the way, a lot of people get caught up on the first-time homebuyer program. There's not that many, and they're really not that great. They're good. they're not great. They're good.
They're like the down payment assistance. They help that many people.
They're like dry cereal.
They help that many people.
Yes.
Maggie, can you refinance on a fixed income? Maggie, we do it all day, every day.
Every day?
Fixed income is
all day, every day.
It is.
Can you say every day instead of every day?
Every day.
Every day. There we
So
go.
fixed income doesn't mean
Not mean.
you don't make a lot of money. Fixed income doesn't mean you do make a lot of money.
Not mean.
Fixed income just means that you receive the same amount every single month, and that's consistency, and that's almost guaranteed.
Yep.
So yes, we can help you on a fixed income.
And Maggie, if you're on a fixed income and it's tax-free, like for instance, Social Security or Social Security disability or even retirement in many cases, then I'm able to gross it up. I'm able to gross it up 25%. So if you made 4Gs, I get to say, hey, you make 4Gs for the world, but for the loan, you make 5Gs. What?
Jay, 46K a year, 682 FICO score, first-time home buyer.
46K. What are we looking at? You're probably looking at 240 to 320, somewhere in that range.
Dang it.
240 to 320. You did D&D, dude. You did not. Tell them we're on. We're on live. What'd you do? All right. Yeah. What did you do? We just lost Chris. We may never get him back. Oh, we got him back. All right, cool. So we're Chris and Lee. We're loan officers. We're really good at this. Really good at it. We do loans that most people cannot do. In fact, a lot of our business comes from people who are like, hey, this loan fell apart at the last minute. Can you save it? And I say, I don't know. But if anybody can save it, I can. Let's find out. Anyway, that's who we are. Chris and Lee, we're loan officers. We work for New American Funding out of California. And we talk about some crazy shit going on. I think the interest rates are what most people tune in for, but they really stay tuned for the unbelievable, amazing entertainment that we provide because we are so effing funny. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to buy time because Chris is not here, and I don't know what the. I'm just trying to buy time. So I think I'm going to start singing now. Yeah. And if Chris doesn't come back, you guys are going to have to listen to the singing. There she was, just a walking down the street, singing do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-do. Okay, now more questions. By the way, FHA 15-year, conventional 15-year, 5.25, yo. I said yo because I like to embrace the euphemisms. Dude, what are you doing? You're just breaking stuff here. Anyway, we're going to the questions. Just purchased our first home on FHA. Are there any tips to finish paying it sooner? Maggie. Okay, so Maggie, here's a real big one, and it's very powerful. Okay, did you get it? All right, cool. I did it through my brain. I was hoping you'd read it, but just in case you didn't, I'll tell you. If you make one extra payment per year that goes exclusively to principal, you have to designate it's going exclusively to principal. You'll probably cut off 8 years off the top. One extra payment per year, and that's the full payment. So if you made, say, that's a $3,000 payment. Well, if your $3,000 payment, only $2,000 goes to principal. Another $1,000 goes to taxes and insurance. But if you take that same $3,000 and you go into your banking portal, whatever it is, and say, just apply this exclusively to principal. $3,000 exclusively to principal. That's actually like a payment and a half towards principal, and it'll cut your 30-year down to probably 23, I think it is, 23, somewhere in that range. But there's also some other things you should do. Watch the interest rates, because if interest rates go down, it may be highly beneficial for you to refinance.
Yeah. You're welcome, King David. You're welcome, Jay. DJ Lucky, thank you for the roses. 608.
Damon
Calhaffa. Damon
Calhaffa, thank you for following. We appreciate you. We're going to try and get you a house in 2024.
Can W-2 contractors apply for a mortgage? I've been with the company for 1 year and 6 months.
So a W-2 contractor, those are two weird words put together. So independent contractor is 1099. W-2, if you're like a general contractor and you work for a company and you get W-2'd, absolutely, that's perfect. That's a perfect scenario. The only thing that's not perfect is that you've only been doing it for 1 year and 6 months. Now, if we can prove that you've been employed as a W-2 employee prior to that 1 year and 6 months, then no harm, no foul. Or if we can prove you're going through school during that, before that 1 year and 6 months, no harm, no foul. So either way, we'll be able to get you a house. Boom, there you go, new home, 2024. Chris is not even participating in this at all. So let's see what we got. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. I don't know.
You went all the way to the bottom. We got to scroll back up.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
It's jacked like that.
Okay. W2 contractor, King David, 86. 100K, 775. What am I looking at? Power to buy. 100K. You're probably in the neighborhood of 500 to 550 at today's rates, maybe even 600 with the right situation, especially with that 775 FICO score. Because that 775 FICO score really helps you on your MI. That's the big thing. Because if you have a lower FICO score, the MI brings you down on purchase power a lot.
What?
Yep.
You're jerks.
Doing with a loan, doing a loan with NAF now.
What?
Damon, you chose NAF. You did great. That's a great situation. I hope you got a great loan officer. I know you didn't get the best loan officer because that's us, but I hope you got a great one. That's okay. There's a lot of great loan officers at NAF.
Open 2 credit cards without thinking, 0 balances on both of FHA loans. Will I get approved? Yeah, you're fine. As long as your credit's good enough.
Yeah. No, 0 balances? No worries.
Yeah. Maggie, could I also do that monthly? What was your question that you answered?
So yes, Maggie, on most servicers' websites. Now, New American Funding, we service our own loans. So I actually know because I have one of my loans through New American Funding. And I go into the portal. And in the portal it says, make your payment. And then it says, would you like extra money to go to principal or extra money to go to escrow? Escrow is going to be your property taxes and insurance. Scroll. So I say, hey, let's add this much more to principal this month. So I just round it. For me, for it's easier math, I round it. And then I round it, that much more goes to principal. At the end of the year, they just add it off and it starts knocking it off. And it happens, it's a really powerful way, especially if you have a higher interest rate. If you have a lower interest rate, it's not going to be as effective. Like one of my loans, I have 2.75 interest rate. It's amazingly low interest rate, amazing low. So if I pay extra towards principal, it's not that effective. But if you have an 8%, huge, gigantic effective, gigantic.
Hey, what you guys are also ignoring is that 8% is a write-off. Your 7% is a write-off. The higher rates that you have, the more interest that you're paying in every single year, gives you more deductions on your taxes. Not always so bad, guys. Look at the positive. Half glass full.
Half glass full?
How much can we qualify with an $80,000 a year income?
80 G's, ATGs. You're probably looking 410, 460. 410 to 460, depending on how much you put down, what your credit score is, a few other things.
Hey, it was pretty cold this morning.
It was cold. It's 46 degrees for me.
46?
Yeah.
I hopped in my car. It was in the 40s. I don't remember what it was
that's
last
pretty
night.
cold. In California, that's cold.
What's the temperature where you guys are at?
Yeah, what's the temperature?
This
Where are you at? In California, it's 46. For us,
cold.
That's like unbelievably cold. We need jackets, put the snow chains on the tires. It's like crazy. You try not to go outside because, I don't know, you could get frostbite. That's what happens in California.
Well, yeah. I'm watching this new show where these survivors go out in the middle of Alaska and they compete.
25 degrees in Michigan.
That's what I was getting to.
Dude, you can't even take a cup of water outside because it turns into ice.
This guy knows science.
I know. It's science.
Are you a scientist?
It's physics.
Are you a physician?
Or
physician?
Physician?
38 and 10 a key.
38 degrees.
Wow.
We like 38. I love Tennessee, man. Tennessee's awesome. Tennessee's so awesome. When I was in the Navy, I was in Millington for a while.
35 in Idaho. It's getting lower,
35 in
25
Idaho
in Denver.
with some snow. 25 in Denver.
Maggie, it's cold there.
That's cold. I live in Denver too.
Tanisha, it's cold there.
I love Denver. You know why I love
Lissy,
Denver?
it's cold.
Vail, Aspen, and Keystone. Keystone.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, Dumb and
That's why I
Dumber.
love it.
Keystone. Vail, Aspen's too expensive, but Keystone was amazing when I lived there.
Well, why is it not amazing now? Because you don't live there?
I don't know because I've been there in a while.
They're like, Lee left. This
But
place
it was
sucks.
cheaper. Yeah, but it was cheap. Keystone was for a working man, you could go to Keystone every weekend.
Oklahoma, 54
Jay, I
degrees
live in
today, Mom.
Denver. Denver's pretty awesome.
Maybe Mom said it's 54
Denver's pretty
degrees.
awesome. 54 degrees where?
Oklahoma.
No, Arkansas.
No, she said Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? What is going on, Navy Mom? I thought you were in Arkansas.
I thought Navy Mom's a Rolling Stone.
She's a Rolling Stone, man. She rolls all over the place. East Coast to West Coast, like that.
What about North Coast?
No, it's like a movie, man. She travels with a dog. It's like a little dog in the car. Just like, hey, you want to go to the East Coast? Let's go. You want to go to the West Coast? Let's go. That's some people roll like that.
I throw signs.
Yeah, we throw signs.
So, Epstein.
On the FB. Anything on the FB? Nothing. On the IG. On the IG.
Let me check Facebook. Nope, nothing. Back to
Nothing.
Epstein.
And then on the TikTok and on the YouTubes. We got
I am driving to Cali, said Navy Mom.
on to Cali.
Going
That's a West
back
Coast.
To Cali.
To Cali.
To Cali. See, you get
Going
music.
back to Cali.
I
I don't think so. Had to do it, man.
Had to.
You had to. There's no. It would be like shave and a haircut.
Do something.
Yeah, 2 bits. You can't not.
That's before me, man.
Yeah,
I only know that because of
going
Roger
back
Rabbit.
to Cali. To Cali. Anyway, officially Tanisha. I love that name. She's officially Tanisha. Yeah, not the unofficials. Yeah, we don't talk to the unofficials. We only talk to the officially Tanishas in the world. What's up, officially Tanisha? Great to see you.
Almost a grown up.
You're almost. I don't want to grow up, dude.
Officially
I don't want to
almost.
grow up. I don't want to grow up ever,
Almost.
dude. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R
Who
Us
talks like this?
kids. I don't know who. Oh, that's huge. He's gonna be on the ballot. He might be your next president.
Maybe.
Yeah, he might be on your next president.
Maggie.
He might be your next president.
Moved from California to Idaho. Super cold.
Move from
big
California to Idaho. There's culture shock. So I lived in Colorado, and I got used to. I lived in Denver and Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs is cold, like cold. But anyway, I got used to that really cold weather, and my whole life was built around the cold weather, and it was awesome. And then I moved to California, and it never gets cold. And the first time it hit 50 degrees, everybody's like, "It's cold outside." I'm like, you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Californians
It's
are-
not cold outside.
Californians are
It's
sissies.
crazy. Yeah.
Straight sissies. Okay, let me tell you
Yeah.
about the show I'm watching.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, but it's about these guys, these groups of people who go to Alaska and they camp out there and they live there for I think 60 or 90 days.
Okay.
And it's like 30 degrees,
All right.
but it's Alaska cold. It's not like California cold. So
There's no
these
lattes?
people, no lattes, no Starbucks, none of that stuff.
None of it.
But these people are coming from the States and living in Alaska.
Okay.
Alaska.
Alaska is the States.
Well, I'm talking about the lower states.
Okay, got it.
Up in like Canada type,
Okay, got
type
it. You
environment.
said Alaska, not Canada.
But it's Alaska is Canada type
sometimes,
environment.
sometimes we just do this, man. We just
No,
quip.
it's the same. Well, it's
All right.
because you're not smart.
Okay.
So what we do is we literally watch these show and we watch them go through all these changes. And some of these people, they're competing. They steal their sleeping bags. So they're
Say
forced.
what?
Yeah, they're forced to sleep in the 30-degree Alaska
Steal their
weather.
sleeping
They
bags?
Stole their sleeping bags.
Shoot, if I was out in the cold weather and somebody stole my sleeping bag, I'd have one less bullet in my gun and a sleeping bag.
That's if you're not a frozen ice cube.
Fair? Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I wish I
yeah,
could
yeah.
get my gun,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
frozen ice cube. If my fiance is co-signed on his mama house, can he co-sign with me?
On his mama house. Dude, you just, that was weird.
I did that.
Yeah, you did
She
that.
said my mom's house.
As a fiance,
It's my mama
is
house.
co-sign my mama house. A baby mama?
That's what I call it.
My
Call it
mama. My
house.
mama house. I'll call my mom.
I put it in my mama name.
I still call her mommy. I still call my mommy mommy.
I called her mommy on Christmas.
I call her mommy. I said,
did.
I love you, mommy.
did.
Anyway,
They love
weird.
that stuff,
I
by the
know
way.
they do. I think we can do. So if you co-signed on mom's house, can you co-sign with me? Here's the catch. Does mom make all the payments? If mom makes all the payments for the last 12 months out of her account and baby boy does not contribute any of the money to mama's account, then we can probably ignore it. Probably. And he can co-sign for you too. But even if he did make the payment and he makes a boatload of cash, because maybe baby boy's rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like
Possibly.
Vivek Ramaswamy rich.
Well, he got Lissy.
Yeah. So if he's rolling in dough and he's making a lot of money, we just count it against him and then add the new payment, and yes, he can co-sign.
Also do this. I know this is very frowned upon, but call us before you get married so we can kind of see where the lay of the land is.
Dude, you're hitting on her before she gets married?
No.
He's just like, call me before you get married.
No.
Make sure you make a good call.
Here's my phone number.
Here's my phone number.
No.
Oh,
no.
dude.
It's because once
Oh,
you're married.
man. Oh, there we go.
I'll wait till you finish.
I don't know if I'm gonna finish this one because once you're married, you can't call me no more.
There's a lot of trollops out there, bro.
Dude, you're weird.
A lot of trollops.
All right, cool.
So
All right, cool.
once
Anyway.
you get married,
Quit hitting on our viewers, dude. Dude, you're hitting on our viewers. It's so wrong.
Once
Okay.
you get married, depending on the state you live in, it's community property. So you have
Okay.
to add both debts and both things, and it becomes
Oh.
a mess sometimes. You guys might be good. But call us before you get married. Let's get you on the right track. Let's make sure you can get that house when it's time.
Good save, bro.
Commercial.
Good save, bro. Good save. Hey, if you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. You can call a badass loan officer by calling either one of these two phone numbers at New American Funding. And these badass loan officers will help you with your badass loan. Disappearing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.
Or if you
Special
just wanna,
effect.
If you just want to talk at night, you feel
All right,
lonely.
yeah. Just not talking. Dude, you're killing me, man.
If
You're
it's
killing
past
me. We're gonna get
7
banned
p.m.,
again.
past 7
We're gonna
p.m.,
get banned.
call Lee.
We get banned. We keep getting banned. All right, cool.
If I had a business, what's the best way to buy a house? D. Kelly.
D. Kelly, if you have a business, the best way to buy a house is kick in the door, drop $500,000, and say, I know this thing is only worth 400 grand, but here's $500,000.
Cherry on top.
Put cherry on top, bring me some pie and coffee, and then walk out. That's the best way, dude. If you buy a house like that, I'd really like to video it, and then we'll put it on YouTube, and we're going to be famous, and we're going to be rich.
What kind
Cool.
of pie?
All right.
What kind of pie?
Apple pie, dude. Apple. It's America. You don't know nothing about this. This is America. So if you have a business, depends if you're an independent contractor or if you're an 1120. That gets a little complicated, but you're a C Corp or a LLP or an LLC. We have to see your tax returns. Then we have to see how much of the business do you own. That's usually through the K1s. And then we're able to take the income that the business made, flow it through your K1s. It should hit your 1040s. And then depending on what your accountant did on your 1040s, we can use that income and you buy the house. We do it every day. Sounds complicated, but it's not to us.
Yeah, you forgot about C3PO.
C3PO, yeah. We buy C3PO, we put him in the back, and we say, hey, calculate this stuff.
And then involve R2D2.
Yeah.
Andy Pandy. I'm about ready to buy. If my boyfriend is moving in with me and paying rent, would that be income?
Andy Pandy. I like that. Andy Pandy. First off, my boyfriend's going to move in with me. I'm going to make him pay rent. He's like, hey, you want to move in with me? I love it. Yeah, this is going somewhere. You owe me some rent. Wait, what do you mean? No. Yes, you are going to pay rent. I know you're my boyfriend. Rent. Spell it. R-E-N-T. Rent. Does that count as income? No.
Hey, okay, all right. Answer me this in a second. Let me get through this. Do you guys give loans for Ryan Home Developments? What's Ryan Home Developments?
I'm guessing that
The
Ryan
builder
is out there building developments
with a hammer?
and he likes financing.
I'm building with Ryan.
I'm an equal opportunity girlfriend. Dude, Andy Fandy says, I'm an equal opportunity girlfriend. You know what? Mr. Boyfriend, you're doing okay, but you only pay me $500 in rent. There's this guy over there who's going to pay me $700. So I'm going to give you a chance to match or get out. Equal opportunity boyfriend, girlfriend.
All right, so you guys are
Dude.
about to get a barrage of stuff right now because this
Yeah.
pisses us off. So you're dealing with a builder, and people like us, the hustlers out in the streets, we're not so fond of builders.
Not
Where we-
fond.
Where we work with the builder in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Will the builder want to work with us? Probably not, and Lee's going to share why.
Okay, so if you go to court, let's just say that we're right on the edge. There's one that's moving a boyfriend in and making him pay, and there's one that's right on engaged that Chris was hitting on just a second ago. So, dude, I don't know if you were hitting on her, but you were giving her phone number.
I'm a loan officer who does loans across the nation.
giving
I'm
her
a
phone
very
number.
highly respectable
Yes.
person in this society.
So let's just say you got through the relationship, no longer boyfriend. You actually got married, and now you got divorced. Cool. Now you get divorced, and you're like, hey, I don't think our interests are the same. We're kind of opposing right here, so we should have our own counsel. But your wife says,
Not married.
but let's just start in this scenario you are. So your wife
I don't have
says,
to lie.
okay, your wife says, hey, don't worry about getting an attorney. Just use mine. Mine will help you too.
So you're saying
And
I'm
if
getting
you're-
divorced,
Yes.
and she wants me to use her attorney?
Yes.
That's defending her?
Correct.
That's trying to eat me alive?
Yeah, but it'll save you a little bit of money.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
smart.
okay, that sounds real smart, right? So here's what builders do. There's a lot of money in the loan in the loan business, in the real estate business. A lot of money.
How much?
Like 3% for buyer's agent customarily. 3%.
I would say
So
like
if you're
28
buying
million a year.
so if you're buying $500,000 house, that buyer's agent makes $15,000. It's not just the agent; it's the broker and the costs and stuff like that. But $15,000. The selling agent makes 3% customarily. So that's 5% or 3% of 500,000 is 15,000. 15 and 15, that's $30,000. The loan officer makes anywhere from 1 to 3 points. We'll cut it in half. We'll say 1.5 points. So $37,500 in the deal. $37,500 in commissions. Well, what the builder likes to say is, hey, we've got our realtor on staff. What does that mean for them? They get paid a salary, but they don't get commission. All right, cool. So they're going to keep that 15 G's. The builder says, hey, if you don't use your own realtor, we'll hook you up nice. You know why? Because they want the other 15 G. Oh, by the way, if you use our lender, we'll hook you up real nice. So they can get another $7,500 or more because they sell the loan, and there's a lot of money on the back of selling the loan. So there's probably $37,000 to $60,000 inside of this one transaction. If the builder can keep you from having a representative in real estate and a representative in lending, they make all of it. So they don't like outside lenders. That's just kind of the rule.
Boom.
That was a lot.
So
that was a lot.
Can we do
that was a lot. It was a kind of a rant. It was kind of a rant. And the truth is, right now in this market, the builders have a very competitive advantage. It's really hard for us to beat a builder right now. We can match them sometimes, but they can come in with such powerful things that are legal. See, in this world, you have to do everything legally. So a lender can't say, hey, listen, I don't sell to purple people. Well, it's illegal. A real estate agent can't say, I don't sell to purple people. It's illegal. But you know who can say, I don't sell to purple people?
Green people.
A seller.
Oh, that's wrong.
So if the builder is the seller, they can say, I don't sell to purple people. And they can legally do that. Now, as the realtor, you can't do that. As the lender, you can't do that. Nobody in the whole system can do it except for the seller. And if the builder's building it, they get to say the rules. Go
The
ahead.
seller can be racist. They can steer. They can hate.
They can do all the things
it's
that
a
are
free
legal.
country.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is this thing moves every time we go to
Dude,
the-
I just got in a rant, man. I got in a rant.
I'll wait till he's done.
All right.
Let's all wait. Let's all just
Go
wait
ahead.
till he's done.
All right, cool. Next.
Heart. How is DTI calculated with rental income? Do they take 75% and is it based on tax return? That's a great question. But DTI, just so you guys know, it means debt to income ratio, which is a factoring process inside the loan. So how do you calculate rental income? So rental income, you said, do they take 75%? That's only if you have a history. If you don't have a history, take 75%. If you have a history, you should be filing it on your taxes. And how you file your taxes is going to determine how we get the income. So when you file your taxes, by large, I know why, but by large, landlords like to write off all that rent. They like to write it off with repairs and depreciation and all kinds of stuff.
What's up, Sherry?
So if you're negative on your property at the end of the year, you're negative on your income. If you're positive on your property at the end of the year, you're positive on your income. So that's how it's calculated. Logan, $60K a year, FHA?
All day?
That's his question, man. He
Yeah,
wants to know.
FHA, all day.
Okay, we do it all day.
All day long. Somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 330, maybe as high as 400. It's going to depend on your liabilities and how good your credit score is. Both those things.
Sweet. I'm from Chicago, said Alberto Silva. First-time home buyer, 95 to 98 plus on income with overtime. No credit card debt. What can I get?
Damn, Alberto's ready. Alberto's ready to buy somewhere in the neighborhood of a $500,000 to $550,000 house. Somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll only know after we build your file and we really figure out how we're going to do this. Oh, he added a 364 car payment.
That's nothing, man. It works.
Yeah.
Still fits. And good job on that low car payment, by the way.
Oh, 364 is low.
Yeah.
How many times do you pull credit and you see a car payment with a comma in it?
Always.
Dude, I pull credit and they're like, I'm like, so what is this $1,000 payment? Is that a mortgage? Oh, no, you should see my truck. It's
Like,
pretty
you
badass.
just started working 2 months ago, man.
I know, but you should see that truck. You should see. It's got 4-wheel drive.
Logan said that his credit's 638. That's fine. You're good.
Yeah.
Still same range.
Yep, still works.
Do they add back into depreciation, insurance, taxes, and mortgage?
Wow, somebody knows guidelines. So there's 2 things I can add back in if you're a corporation, and it's very important.
This is
When you
the
move forward.
rental person.
Yeah.
Schedule E.
Yeah, Schedule E. I can add back in depreciation and depletion. Those two things I can add back in. So if you lost $30,000 for the year in depreciation, I add the $30,000 right back in, and it's like it never went away. Awesome.
You're welcome, Alberto. So back to Epstein.
We got to wrap up soon.
Okay.
Yeah, we got lots of. You want to try to go again live later on today?
Who do you suggest to use in Tennessee?
Logan.
He's not paying attention.
Logan.
He's not paying attention.
Get closer to the camera.
He's not paying attention.
Logan, get closer. Logan. You need a badass loan. And in order to get a badass loan, you need a badass loan officer. And do you know how you find a badass loan officer? You call that phone number right there. And Logan, we will build that file for you. You will get a badass loan. And you will get your house. That's who you should be using. You need to use Kristen Lee at New American Funding everywhere except New York. We don't do New York. We don't
mess with them.
Cool. So Logan, you can back off from the camera now. I know you're probably a little close there. If you're driving, not a good idea. Logan just gave us an X. I don't know what that means. He gave us a gate.
They know we're about to leave.
They know. Yeah, I know. They're like, hey, they're on. Check that out. The freaking viewer count just went through the roof. Through the roof. We're about to leave. They're like, no, more viewers. Look at the IG. Look at the TikTok. Look at the YouTube. What? Oh my God. We're gonna break the internet. We are going to break the internet. Okay, a couple more. All right, go ahead.
730 credit score, 55K,
Yeah.
some credit card debt, 2 car loans under my credit, but I only co-signed.
Okay, so if you co-signed, you signed. You co-signed, but you signed. So did the other guy. He signed, but he co-signed. You both own the loan. Now, if he only makes a payment and it is not your primary residence and you are on the loan as a non-occupant co-borrower, that's very important. Because if you're on the loan as an occupant co-borrower, you're on it. No way off of it. If you're on as a non-occupant co-borrower, then we get to say, hey, has that other guy made the payments for the last 12 months out of his account with no help? If the answer to that is yes, I have to see it and then I can ignore it. That's how it works. I got to see it and ignore it, but I have to prove it. In that case, move forward. We're good to go.
Yeah, Rick, you gotta call us, man.
Yep, got to call us.
Can you have credit card debt when getting a mortgage in Alberta? Love your videos, educational. Alberta.
That's Canada. That's Canada.
Shane, are you in Canada?
Shane, we don't do business in Canada. I love Canada.
But if you move to Alaska...
You know what? The truth is, I've been to Canada a few times, and the people really are unbelievably friendly.
Dude, Canada's awesome.
It's weird. It's so weird because everybody's like, hi, how you doing? Hi. Everybody's friendly. And from America, we're like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Well, it's just weird. They're so nice.
You know why
the people
Canada was awesome for me?
Cool. Why?
It's because it was a lot like being in the U.S., but it wasn't quite the U.S. Something was a little off.
And everybody's friendly. Alberta.
So we're not licensed in Canada.
Yeah, I wish we could help you in Canada, but we can't.
But we'll answer all your California
questions. We'll answer all the questions that we can, and then you just have to find a good loan officer in Canada. I don't know if they have the same lending system in Canada.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Can you roll closing costs into the loan with the USDA loan?
Can you?
No. Next.
No.
I'm extremely lost on when the right time to buy is. Have rented for 11 years because it's cheap.
Well, you need to start with getting a profile, Sasha. You need to call us, and then we're going to help you get a profile and find out whether or not it's better to rent or to buy. And let me give you a real simple scenario. Let's say that where I live right now, average rent's $3,000 a month. $3,000 times 12 months, $36,000. $36,000 for the year. $36,000. If you rent it for 3 years, that's $100,000. $100,000 gone.
Peace.
So you have to factor this in, because if you just keep renting, that $100,000 is going to go every 3 years, every 3 years, every 3 years. Just keeps going that way. So let's figure out an action plan. Usually it's down payment, and eventually if you buy 3, 5, 8 years, it becomes cheaper to be a owner than it is to be a renter, because houses go up, payments go up, everything goes up.
Ash, I have $15K saved up for a down payment. Is that enough?
Ash, only if you want a $400,000 house, maybe a $500,000 house, maybe as high as $500,000. If you're going higher than $500,000, probably got to save a little bit more, but we might have a program to help you. Ash, there's only one way you find out. You call this number right here. I'm going to give you like 5 seconds to screenshot it because we're going to be going here real soon. But if you need a badass loan, you need a badass loan officer. Call badass loan officer Chris and Lee at New American Funding. That's Chris. I'm Lee. Two more questions. We got to go, man. I see it, dude. I see the IGs blowing up. I see the TikToks blowing up. Facebook even. And YouTube. Dude, we got questions everywhere. Go with it.
E. Fuentes, me 800 credit score, wife 730 credit score, 2 car loans, less than 2K in credit card debt, and own a home.
Congratulations. I don't know if you need a home loan, but if you already own a home.
I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I weigh 220 pounds.
He likes long walks on the beach and In-N-Out Burger.
All right, next. FHA or USDA, which is easier rule-wise on the house?
So rule-wise is FHA all day long. USDA is kind of difficult, but it's a good loan if you can get it. Yeah.
Should I keep my home or sell it and get another one?
I always like to keep them. I made the mistake when I was younger of selling houses, buying another one, selling houses, buying another one. I now know at my age, if I was able to do that again, I would just rent them out and learn how to buy it so that I have an arsenal of homes. I'd have a bigger portfolio than I do right now if I knew that when I was younger. So if you can, I would rent it out, buy another one.
So here's the other thing too. Everyone's looking for a deal. So if you're looking for a deal your whole life, you only have a handful of things. But if you continually bought houses your whole life, you'd have a bunch of houses and be way richer.
Yes.
So stop waiting for deals.
Life
just
happens.
Get in.
Yeah, life happens.
Always buy then wait. Alex said it. That's what it is.
Dude,
just buy.
Dude,
Just buy.
why does that happen right when we got to go? The freaking viewer count's going through the roof. I don't know. Maybe we get more entertaining because we're about to leave.
580 credit score, 55,000 a year. How much can I qualify for?
580 credit score is going to be a problem. It's still doable. It's an FHA loan only because you can't do Fannie Mae, you can't do Freddie Mac. And if you had a better than 580, we can help you get that better than 580 probably pretty fast. But 55K will probably put you in the neighborhood of 250 to 310, somewhere in that range. And if you need a badass loan, call badass loan officer. We are going to leave, even though we love the share count. We have lots of people, lots of questions. We'll try and go live later on today. We've been Chris and Lee. That's Chris. I'm Lee. Talk to you.
Screenshot this. Call us. I know you want to talk to us. We're available.